So you are Rajni Verma,
Yeah, right. I'm Rajni.
right? So Rajni, I'm Arunima.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an English expert, and I work for this app as a English tutor.
Mm-hmm.
I live in Bangalore. Tell me something about yourself.
Sure. Yeah, as you can see, my name is Rajni. I am from Rajasthan and I work on YouTube. I run a YouTube channel and I provide paid sessions to beginners and intermediates. Yeah.
Okay. So sessions on what?
For spoken English,
Okay.
I help
Right.
them, like my audience, they connect to me on one sessions, particularly for practice. Yeah.
Right. Right. Tell me something about your education, your background. Like,
Sure.
otherwise, are you a student or
Mm-hmm.
like what's your profile otherwise, apart from YouTube? What do you do?
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. I have done my graduation in Korean language from JNU New Delhi. And currently I'm not studying. I'm just focusing on becoming full-time YouTuber. That's one. And I am planning to pursue something in English itself, not particularly any degree, but maybe some kind of course in future. So I can have a proper maybe diploma or something that can add value in this particular career because I want to follow my passion and I want to help people to achieve fluency in English and become very good at communication skills. So nowadays, I'm inclined towards English communication and like reading books and then working on YouTube. Yeah.
Right. So can you share your YouTube handle?
Yeah, sure. It's try to thrive.
Okay, can you type it in the chat box?
Sure. It's
So
just
I'll take a screenshot.
sure. Here. Here you go. Yeah. In the chat box.
Try to thrive. Okay, got it. Yeah, I've taken it down. So Rajni, since when have you been taking classes here?
Over English, Shari, I think 2022, I took a few classes. Like when I started my journey of YouTube and journey of mastering this particular language, I took a few classes and then in between I took a break from English, Shari. And now I restarted it. So it's like my, I think, sixth or seventh session. Yeah.
Okay, but it's our first session, right?
Yeah, we are meeting for the very first time.
Okay, so Rajni, what inspired you to become a YouTuber? Were you inspired by someone, or were you
Mm-hmm.
inspired by some idea, or what was it?
Okay, it's not like somebody inspired me or not, as I have repeated it multiple times in my other videos too, that I believe in the universe. So I think universe has shown me that path to lend over YouTube. As you know, I have shared already with you that I did my graduation in Korean language. So it was out of curiosity. I wanted to explore some other areas and I got admission in Korea. But then after like during pandemic, I quit that too because I wasn't enjoying that. And then I had again this curiosity to explore something, to try something where I can feel like I'm doing something and I feel alive and connected and passionate. So then I started preparing for banking. For 2 years, I did that. But then every time when I assumed myself sitting in a bank, I didn't like that. There was nothing to feel good about. Then I thought to work somewhere else, but then there was a doubt in my brain that wherever you go, whatever you want to do in life, first and foremost thing that you need to have, the great skill that you should have, that is communication, and which should be especially in English. And I was not very good at that. So then I started, and I had this one thought only in my mind that I would just share my journey with other people over YouTube. But fortunately, it worked for me. And gradually, in the process of learning itself, I found my passion because then I incorporated the habit of reading. And through reading, I got to know like this is what I enjoy the most, like reading, talking to people, solving their problem, connecting to them. And then I think everything worked easily because of maybe the blessings which I got from the universe.
Right. So I think you identified your strengths and then you polished your strengths, and then
Yeah.
everything sort of added on to it.
True.
So what were the challenges of becoming successful on YouTube or becoming a YouTuber? Since this was an unexplored profession, your plan was something else,
Mm-hmm.
and this suddenly came up. What were
Yeah.
the challenges initially?
The thing is that when I started my YouTube channel, I had only one clear thought in my brain that if nobody watches my videos, at least I would be able to upgrade my skills. And this will help me to focus on representation, the way I speak. The only thing was that a few people will watch or maybe learn. That was the only thought. So I didn't have any expectation. Like, I didn't expect to have a lot of views and become popular or become a successful YouTuber. No, I wasn't expecting. And that is why maybe I didn't feel like discouraged or demotivated. But gradually, when that was like that worked for me, then I took it seriously. So there were not major hurdles, I would say, for me. uh, Even not while learning English too, I didn't face major struggles. Before 2022 I faced a lot, but once I took it seriously and I started working on it consistently, then like it has become little easier for me.
Right. So, along with polishing your communication skills,
Mm-hmm.
did you also have to work on your appearance? Because you are being seen. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
visibility as a YouTuber.
Yeah.
So, did you also think about working hard on your appearance, the way you look,
Mm-hmm.
your fitness, and all of those things?
Yeah, simultaneously, I think I have been working on all the aspects of becoming a great tutor, becoming a great communicator, and as I have a dream to become a podcaster in future, or maybe a person who speaks on stages like a public speaker, or maybe something I would like to do on my own, like opening an institute where I am teaching to many people, especially women. I'm helping them. So this is kind of a thought in my brain. So I focus on my personality development too, so they can directly get that motivation and inspiration from me that would radiate from my personality itself. Yeah, so I take it very seriously.
So, how much is appearance a part of personality? So, I'm not dwelling on the persona, the personality, the
Mm-hmm.
inner qualities. I'm dwelling on the appearances, the looks part of it. How important is it to look good, to have a good personality?
I think as it is said that first impression is last impression. Yeah, that comes with the way you behave, the way you talk. But first, people, no matter, it is also said that don't judge a book by its cover. But the truth is that people judge, no matter how many times it is repeated. But yes, people just, so I think for a certain period of time, just initial phase, people judge you by your face only, like how you look.
Is
But later, if you want to be constant in that particular field, or you want to be that inspiration for many people, then I think people will definitely would focus on your inner qualities or the value you add in the society or in people's life.
right. Yeah. So yeah. So judgment was a very good idea. People do judge. It's pretty common for us to
Yeah.
come across it.
Mm-hmm.
So talking about judgments, our society is a society of stereotypes,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the other day I was having a conversation with another student
Mm-hmm.
on English Yari,
Mm-hmm.
and she shared that when she goes for interviews, she's a smart talker. I mean, she's pretty smart, and
Mm-hmm.
she's an IT professional doing well. But I was surprised. She said that when I go for these interviews,
Mm-hmm.
I feel that they have a certain uh, picture, they have a certain visual of the ideal candidate. And even when I'm talking, I feel
Mm-hmm.
that I don't fit in. I'm not that person that they are looking out for. So that made me feel that, in spite of, let's say, as women, in spite of being qualified, in spite of being skilled, in
Mm-hmm.
spite of being good in our professions, uh, we still have, we still live in an environment where we are being judged against certain stereotypes. They're already certain, preconceived
Hmm.
notions of beauty, or preconceived notions of how a teacher should look, how an influencer should look, or how a podcaster should look, and they try to see whether you fit into that mold. There's a precast mold.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you also believe that? Do you think there are preconceived notions? There is a mold in the minds of society.
Yeah, that's I completely agree with that. That this exists. Uh,
Hmm.
I don't know how long, but I think every generation faces this, or
Hmm.
especially women or male itself, male or female, all with when it comes to their color, they are being judged. And when it comes to their nowadays, I think because of social media, it has changed a little bit. Now people are much aware of the valuable things instead of just going behind a beautiful girl. Like they not it's not like that. If you are a beautiful girl, if you are showing your face there and if you're dancing, you will get always good views or always will be appreciated. Yeah, if you have talent, that's a different thing, but not because of your beauty you can get that. So I think it has changed because of social media, which I appreciate, but in society it's still there. And the sad part is that when the girl or boy is very small, a kid, from that time it starts, when they don't even understand that difference between dark color or white color or between these things. And then it reflects in their personality later on when they go to college or school, because they when they see others, then they start comparing and they start judging themselves because this thought was embedded in themselves when they were younger. So I think later it, and that is why it takes a lot of time for them to come out of that thing and accept themselves. And that is why people feel and struggle a lot when they are not able to accept themselves, their color, their skin tone, their body. So I think,
Yes,
yeah, there are a lot of stereotypes which are, I don't know why they exist, but yes, they do exist.
correct. Yeah. So, thank you for bringing that idea of social conditioning and then deconditioning. So, what you were talking about, is social conditioning. Even before we come to our senses,
Yeah.
we are conditioned to believe that fair people are beautiful people, tall girls are good for modeling,
Mm-hmm.
or if you're tall, you should, contest for Miss India. You should have a certain body shape. You should look delicate. You should look
True.
fragile to be beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think men are little less under pressure when it comes to fair skin as compared to women?
Less under pressure.
Talking about the color of the skin, do you think women are more under pressure to look fair?
Yes, yes, that's true. For women, they have to fight for their identity, but for men, that like already accepted there. They are men of the family. They are like, hero of the family, like sons are considered. But when it comes to daughters, if they are not like, whether the boy is not at the same time, the boy is also not doing something great in his life, but that is considered like whether he looks good or not. His color doesn't matter because he's the son of the family, and girls has to make that own identity and show the results and do something extraordinary. Only then it is considered like, then they look beyond their beauty. But it doesn't, I think, work in the same manner for the boys.
Right. Yeah. So, talking about embedding in their minds.
Mm-hmm.
I remember from my earliest childhood days when members of my extended family would come to my parents, and they would come on social visits, and
Mm-hmm.
I would just be a girl of say 8 or 9, and they would say that, what are you doing? Why don't you give her some home remedies? um, her
Hmm.
skin is not fair like her mother's. She's not tall like her father. So how are you going to marry her off? So at 8, I still hate them. I didn't. What they said didn't make much sense, but I
Hmm.
remember I hated. So even if it's not your immediate family, it starts coming from the environment, from the
Mm-hmm.
ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
So they start telling you what to apply, which creams to apply, which home remedies you should go for,
Mm-hmm.
what to do for uh, slimming down or fairer skin or pimples or
Mm-hmm.
long hair, dark
Yeah.
hair, right, thick
Mm.
hair, big eyes. So
Mm-hmm.
everything, for everything there are stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So do you remember any commercials, any advertisements which also conform to these stereotypes?
Like in order to, like, which are
Advertisements promoting fair skin. Advertisements which promote fair
all the
skin.
time. We don't see any advertisement related to promoting any dark skin, I think. They're like
Hmm.
whatever it is, whether sunscreen, moisturizer, vitamin C, serum, whatever it is, but they are like mostly focusing on fair skin, especially, and that is also backed by the earlier thought process and that mindset. That is why it is like easy to grab attention because they know that this thought already exists in people's mind that they want a fair skin.
Right. Right. So
Yeah.
they're trying to, play on the emotions. They're trying to tap these
Hmm.
weaker emotions. Right. And if you remember, there was a certain commercial
Mm-hmm.
which that the fairer girl got the interview. I mean, she got the job.
Mm-hmm.
So they showed that there was this girl who used a certain cream, and they would show the shades,
Mm-hmm.
from dark shade, just like an Asian paints shade card that you have for distemper, like wall paint. So just
Mm-hmm.
like a shade card for wall paint, they would show her face
Mm-hmm.
evolving from dark to white,
Yeah.
dark to fair, and then in the last shot of the advertisement, they would show her bagging the job. So initially, she got rejected because she was dark,
Mm-hmm.
and then somebody recommended that she use the cream. She used the cream, became fair, and then got the job.
Oh my
So
God.
fair skin was also associated with success.
True. And it is even because of the reality. Like it happens at certain places. Not,
Hmm.
I think most of the places it happens. And it, I guess, emits fear in people, and such a misleading thing it is. Like if you have only fair skin, only then you can get a good, job or promotion or a particular post. So, and because of that, it, yes, as I said, it misleads people. It misleads people, and then their business grows.
Right. And all the products that you were talking about, serums, vitamin C, etc. So most of these products are promoted by celebrities.
Yeah,
So do you think celebrities should choose the products that they are endorsing,
that
or
they
they
are.
should just endorse? Do you think they should choose?
Mm-hmm.
They should choose the products, or do you think they should just endorse because they're getting paid for it?
No, I
Is it their
think they
business
are.
as a commercial? I mean, to take it as a commercial,
Mm-hmm.
or is it their business to look into the far-reaching impact and then decide? What do you think?
Yeah, as a human being, for the society's betterment, they should choose. They should not always look behind that as a business or as a work. Yeah, because many people, it is their responsibility because many people are huge fan, or maybe they are going to do whatever they are going to say, or they are going to purchase that. So they should be really responsible at this point. So they should select it.
Okay, so to be the devil's advocate,
Mm-hmm.
okay, let me justify the other side, which
Mm-hmm.
is not my belief, just to be the devil's advocate. So if I were a celebrity, don't you think that I would feel that I have very short shelf life? Celebrities don't live for very long, you know,
Mm-hmm.
especially women. They are written off by the time they're 30. So maybe max, everybody is not a Kareena Kapoor. So
Mm-hmm.
max 10 years is the tenure they have in showbiz.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if I were a celebrity, don't you think I should feel that I have only 10 years to be here,
Mm-hmm.
draw attention? be seen on hoardings, and make a lot of money. So why do I have to even look at the value? As long as I'm getting paid and I'm able to, lead a good life and be on top, be the top
Mm-hmm.
model.
Mm-hmm.
Because the moment I start refusing endorsements, my market value is going to go down,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
why not instead be on top, be the top model, be in demand,
Mm-hmm.
earn a good amount, and be off? Because anyway, by 30, 35, people are going to, you know, uh,
Mm-hmm.
write me off. They're going to reject me because I would be aging. So why not make the most of those 10 to 15 years?
Oh yeah, it based on a great observation, I would say, and I don't know how actually film industry works, but I think it's easier said than done. Like I just said that okay, you should select, but I don't know how they feel or how they think of this career. It can be really competitive for them, because they are. I cannot assume myself in their shoes, so maybe if I think that it's their personal choice. If they think that because of just this particular thing they can be more popular, then I think a little it can also be a little misleading for themselves itself, because if you want to be on the top, uh, come with your own skills or come with your own talent. If you don't have particular talent, consistently work on the skills which you can have and can actually show and add values. Maybe I don't think so that you will get money. There is no doubt, but over time, people will remember you if you have done something great and actually added value in their life. So, if you really want to be alive in people's heart, you should value the value system or the, I think, ethics.
Or okay, yeah. So because I always feel that in India,
Mm-hmm.
in Bollywood, if you don't do it, someone else will. The moment the top person says no, the next in line will say yes.
Yeah.
So I may not do it, but the moment I say I reject an offer, somebody else will take it.
Mm-hmm.
There is a B line, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yeah, I think you justified it well. So what you're saying is, as a celebrity, they owe a responsibility. They have a social responsibility. They
Mm-hmm.
owe it to their fans, right? They are representatives of certain notions, right? So you remember there was something called body shaming, and then there was something called body positivity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now there is a lot of social media noise about body positivity, accept people the way they are. If a person has a slow metabolism, they
Mm-hmm.
may be broad, they may be, a little on the heavier side. People may have dark skin, so that's body positivity,
Mm-hmm.
accept the way they are. And all this is called body shaming.
Mm-hmm.
So social media also slams people who body shame. So how far do you think we have been successful in criticizing body shaming and advocating body positivity? Do you think this movement going anywhere?
Uh, I'm not sure about the exact data, but I think it's quite difficult to conquer that. No matter how many times it is said or how many people are trying to change, but as it is already embedded in people's brains, so the upcoming generation also bonds with the same thing. Like the genes remain in their brain, so they also, since their childhood, they are able to recognize the fair color and the dark color. They are able to be like, I have a small niece. She is just 3 years old. No, she's just 4 years old, but she is very you know s- l-
Conscious?
yeah, selective and conscious, and they stand in front of mirror and they see and they look and they make hairstyles and like, okay, so it is because of the thing which is coming from the earlier generation too. So I don't think so that it's that much easy to change entirely. And one more thing is that in real life, it is still not accepted that much as it is accepted over social media. I don't know, but over social media, it is easy to say this. But when it comes to in real life, I have seen people, the same people who are giving good speeches over bigger platforms. But when it comes to in real life, especially in their own family, with their own sisters, with their own daughters, they are opposite to the same thing which they have, spread over social media. So that is why I don't believe people who are saying some things like over social media, they're accepting and they are motivating others to accept themselves, but in real life they are not supporting even their own daughters or even on their own sisters. So I don't think so that it has reached at certain point.
Exactly. Exactly my point. Exactly my point. If something is all over social media and it's not all over our ecosystem, that
Mm-hmm.
means there is a fakeism somewhere. Somebody's faking it,
True.
right?
True.
Yeah. So coming to that, my last topic over here would be about cosmetic surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure you've heard of cosmetic surgery,
Yeah.
and earlier cosmetic surgery was confined to the selected few, upper bracket of society.
Mm-hmm.
But now there are women all over, even lower middle class, who are going for it. They're getting their skin changed.
Mm-hmm.
You can even get the upper layer of your skin changed. You
Mm-hmm.
can have nose jobs, lip jobs. You can get permanent eyebrows. So
Mm-hmm.
there is this. I had a student, in fact, on this class, who was a permanent makeup artist.
Okay.
So they can fill your lips with the color that will last for a year and a half, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe 2 years if it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So your lips will be permanently pink or whichever color you want. So it's called permanent makeup. They can thicken your eyebrows, and you will have those eyebrows for a couple of years or maybe more than that. You
Mm-hmm.
can get your skin changed the shade you want. Okay, so all this is happening. So how far do you think is it right for people to change the way they look in order to fit into social norms, social stereotypes, to get that uptick, tick?
Mm-hmm. I
How
don't
far
support it.
can we go?
No, I don't support it at all. At all, no. I don't know, but yes. No, I don't support. I have seen a few videos of celebrities. I don't remember names exactly. A few reels where they were taking injections to
Hmm.
get better or to be fit. So, but I
Yes.
didn't like that. I didn't appreciate that at all.
Even fillers, like they can get their skin.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know, their cheeks filled up maybe, or eyes. I don't know what they get fillers done, lip
Mm-hmm.
fillers.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Because again, the beauty you are trying to get a beauty, but beauty will fades away after 10 years or 20 years. Only remains your inner beauty, the value you are adding to in the society. Only that, if you are, even if you are doing or getting ready for, to impress somebody later, and if the person is impressed by your beauty, he will be impressed by others beauty too. So why you are trying to be ready and do certain things for other people? For them that doesn't matter. That's for a certain period of time. Then it means like you have to embrace your inner beauty and just work on yourself. So later if somebody is not paying attention to you, you don't feel any, fear, regret or anything. You will know your worth or yourself. So I don't think so that's a good idea. I don't support it at all. And no matter whatever you are doing, like getting ready or doing shopping or anything, do for yourself, make yourself happy, because for others it is gonna fade, for yourself also. But if you are aware of your inner beauty, you will be happy forever. So I don't support it at all.
yes, yes. I think I'm of the same view, because I feel there's no limit to how far you can go. Because there have been cases of celebrities doing it and then a few years later redoing it, and then
Mm-hmm.
eventually realizing that it's really gone wrong, and I'm not sure it doesn't harm their health.
And even
So
it can be
I do
get go a
believe,
little more worse, like it can
yeah,
harm your
yeah,
skin later in your, like after your 50s. I don't know what kind of disease you can get because of these things.
Right, right. Because this
Yeah.
is the first generation which is experimenting. So we still
Hmm.
haven't seen the outcome, the
Yeah.
consequences. I'm
Hmm.
not sure that the consequences are not going to be harmful.
Yeah.
Right. So it was wonderful talking to you, Rajni. And I think, can I give you feedback?
Yeah. Sure.
So I think you have a very good insight. You were able to, you know, match up to all my analytical questions. My questions were quite critical,
Hmm.
analytical, quite, I was trying to dig deeper and deeper, and you were able to catch on. You were also able to give a balanced view and very realistic view because there are a lot of people who speak superficially, those kind of people who say, yeah, it's all good, things are
Hmm.
changing,
Hmm.
it's, everything is changing, women are powerful today. So I think you were very realistic in saying that you don't see the movement going anywhere. You were saying that uh, it's not much, I would say it's not going anywhere. I think it would take years and years, and how many years
In
for
real
it
life,
to
yeah.
be normal, to normalize it.
Hmm.
So, so yeah. Uh, you do have a little grammar, issue
Hmm.
sometimes. Say subject and verb agreement, singular,
Hmm.
plural. When the verb is singular, you have to add s to the. Sorry, when
Hmm.
the subject is singular, you have to add s to the verb and vice versa.
Hmm.
So those are the areas where you sometimes tend to make mistakes.
Hmm.
But I think the pace at which you're speaking is fine. I think you're incorporating new vocabulary. You're consciously incorporating all the words that you've been learning. So I think you're making a great effort. So just keep up the good work, and I think you'll go a long way.
Thank you so much for that constructive feedback. And yes, I enjoy talking to you, and that was a great topic. Though I didn't check because, and I think it happened, I was even not sure what we are going to discuss today. And I went to market and then I came late and then I was busy with my editing part. And before just 20 minutes, I realized that I have a session. So very well, a little disturbed I was. And then this camera was not working. Like from my side also, it was not working first. So I did work again, like reconnecting again and again. Then somehow I managed, and then your camera was not working. So yeah, but somehow you managed. So thank you so much for everything, and I really enjoy talking to you.
Yeah. So yeah, one more suggestion: you can work on some idioms.
Okay.
You can try. Yeah, since you're pretty good at using new words which you're picking up, you
Mm-hmm.
can start picking up